At the end of season 1, Stargirl introduced some very interesting cliffhangers and new characters. The biggest of them was the end credit scene where we saw the most beloved character Shade. Now who is the Shade and what role will he play in season 2? Let's break down the origins, powers and the potential of Shade in Stargirl season 2. In the early 1900s, the golden age of comics were filled with weird and wonderful characters, far from what we see these days. Shade was first introduced as villain in Flash Comics number 33. That means Jay Garrick's Flash and not Barry Allen. Richard Swift was the first character to call himself Shade. He was introduced as someone who commanded the night, a mysterious villain who can turn day to night. In the comics, he happened to have a machine that could control the light. Then what's the connection to Stargirl? Well, as I said that it was Jay Garrick who fought Shade, and Garrick was the original member of JSA, as we saw his helmet at JSA hideout in the earlier episodes. But we might not see that Shade from the 1940s, actually the one from Starman series, where the character was totally reimagined. From 40s to 90s, Shade was rarely shown in the comics. But in 1994 Starman comic book, the character was given a reboot and crafted something more akin to a classical literary monster. But here Shade is a morally grey antagonist to both Ted and Jack Knight, the father-son Starman. He wasn't good, but he wasn't an all-out bad guy. In this comic, Shade was given a bit of a more supernatural look, where he could control demons and mythical creatures instead of building a machine. Shade has the abilities to channel the shadow powers of Darklands, a dimension of sentient darkness. He can teleport himself with no limit, also travel through time. In this book, Shade finds himself as an ally to Starman at one point, which suggests that in the Stargirl season 2 we might see Courtney and Shade as an ally against the big bad Eclipso that we were also introduced to in the end credit scene. This notion is not out of bounds, as we did saw Shade helping the team defeat Eclipso in one of the comics. It was Robinson, the same man who wrote that comic, is behind the TV series, so we might see JSA and Shade coming together to defeat Eclipso once again. We first met Richard Swift in 1838, lost, alone and with no memory. He was taken in by Piers Ludlow, who was a sociopath, and tried to kill Richard, but he unleashed his powers as a Shade and kills him. The immortal Victorian gentleman is almost certainly the version of the character that we saw in Stargirl finale, as this origin story of Richard Swift was developed by Robinson in the Shade miniseries. As the character has emotional beginning and in the comics he's never a true villain, it will be interesting to see how does Shade and Stargirl join to fight Eclipso. Also, we might see Jay Garrick's Flash and the Ludlows, as these people are still hunting Shade for killing Piers Ludlow. That was the explanation of the new villain in Stargirl season 2, Shade. Like and comment with your theories on season 2. Also, here are some more videos for you to watch.